Cylindrical storage tanks used for the storage of volatile liquids e.g. naphtha have roofs. A. Conical. B. Flat. C. Floating. D. Fixed. The correct answer is floating. Larger depth of liquid on the trace of a distillation column. A. Leads to high tray efficiency. B. Results in higher pressure drop per tray. C. Both A. B. D. Neither A or B. The correct answer is both A. B. Pick out the wrong statement. A. Plate efficiency increases with increase in superficial vapour velocity till entrainment limit. B. Increase in depth of the liquid about the slots increases the plate efficiency, particularly if the liquid depth is 1. C. Too small a plate spacing can cause a low efficiency if the vapour velocity is greater than the allowable value. D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these. Pick out the wrong statement. A. In practical operation, distillation towers having diameter 3-6 meters equipped with bubble cap round size of 15 cms are used. B. Height of packing in a packed tower is about 3 times the column diameter for ruskig rings and about 5 to 10 times the column diameter for saddle packing. C. In a seive tray the minimum hole diameter is equal to the tray thickness. D. In a stainless steel seive tray the minimum hole diameter is equal to 10 times the plate thickness. The correct answer is in a stainless steel seive tray the minimum hole diameter is equal to 10 times the plate thickness. In the downcomer of a distillation column the minimum recommended residence time is about seconds. A. 2.5. B. 5. C. 12.5. D. 17.5. The correct answer is 5. For identical situation, condensing film coefficient in case of a horizontal condenser is almost the value expected in case of vertical condenser. A. Half. B. Twice. C. Thrice. D. 5 times. The correct answer is thrice. Diameter of rivet hole d mm and the plate thickness t mm are related by Unwins formula as A. D 1.1 t, B. D 1.6 t, C. D 1.5 t, D 3 t. The correct answer is D 1.6 t. A binary liquid azeotropic mixture has boiling point lower than either of the components when it shows deviation from Raoult's law. A. Positive. B. Negative. C. No. D. None of these. The correct answer is positive. In which of the following evaporators steam is fed inside the tube while the liquor is outside the tube? A. Long tube vertical evaporator. B. Short tube vertical evaporator. C. Horizontal tube evaporator. D. None of these. The correct answer is horizontal tube evaporator. A single-pass air heater is connected to a two-pass unit. For the air flow rate and other conditions remaining the same, the film heat transfer coefficient for air will vary in the ratio of A to B to 0.8, C to 0.2, D. None of these. The correct answer is to 0.8. In a multipass shell and tube heat exchanger, the baffles on shell side is primarily provided for A. Reducing scale deposition, B. Increasing pressure drop, C. Fixing the tubes, D. Creating turbulence. The correct answer is creating turbulence. For turbine agitator, the impeller diameter is about A. 0.3 to 0.5 d, B. 0.1 to 0.2 d, C. 0.65 to 0.85 d, D. 0.95 d. The correct answer is 0.3 to 0.5 d. If a single tube pass heat exchanger is converted to two passes for the same flow rate, the pressure drop per unit length in tube side will times A. Increase by 1.8. B. Decrease by 2. C. Increase by 1.6. D. None of these. The correct answer is increase by 1.6. Pick out the wrong statement. An air-cooled finned pipe is diagrammatically represented by. B. A heat exchanger is diagrammatically represented by. C. A 90 welded elbow is diagrammatically represented by. D. A pipe still heater is diagrammatically represented by. The correct answer is a 90 welded elbow is diagrammatically represented by. Pick out the wrong statement pertaining to the design of a long tube vertical evaporator. A. Tube dia is 36 cms while tube length in 36 meters. B. Steam is fed to the shell whereas the liquor is filled inside the tube. C. Liquor level is maintained at L3 to 1/2 of the height of the tube. D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these. Which of the following is the most common type of baffle used in industrial shell and tube heat exchanger? A. 75 cut segmental baffle. B. 25 cut segmental baffle. C. Orifice baffle. D. Disc and donut baffle. The correct answer is 25 cut segmental baffle. What is the minimum recommended ligament for square pitch arrangement in case of heat exchangers? A. 6.5 cms. B. 6.5 mm. C. Equal to tube ID. D. Equal to tube O.D. The correct answer is 6.5 mm. Pick out the correct statement. A. Center-to-center distance between two consecutive rivets in a row is called the pitch. B. A riveted joint made in overlapping plates is called butt joint. C. Hole size drilled in riveted plates is less than the actual size of the rivet. D. None of these. The correct answer is center-to-center distance between two consecutive rivets in a row is called the pitch. Safety valves are provided in chemical equipments to guard against excessive A. Temperature. B. Pressure fluctuation. C. Turbulence. D. Noise. The correct answer is pressure fluctuation. The equivalent diameter for pressure drop is that for heat transfer. A. Smaller than. B. Greater than. C. Equal to. D. Not related with. The correct answer is not related with. Most of the storage vessels' tanks are made cylindrical because of the fact that a cylinder A. has greater structural strength. B. is easy to fabricate. C. both A and B. D. neither A nor B. The correct answer is both A and B. The distance between the top of the slots and the liquid surface when the static liquid is just ready to flow over the overflow weir is called A. downcomer liquid seal. B. static submergence. C. skirt clearance. D. none of these. The correct answer is static submergence. Liquid gradient over the tray results due to the A. resistance offered to flow of liquids by caps risers and the flow of gas. B. low gas velocity. C. large plate spacing. D. large reflux ratio. The correct answer is resistance offered to flow of liquids by caps risers and the flow of gas. The center-to-center distance between two consecutive baffles in a shell and tube heat exchanger is called the baffle pitch or baffle spacing, which is more than 1/5 the ID of the shell. Which of the following is not a function of the baffles? A. to increase the residence time of shell side fluid. B. to provide support to the tube bundle. C. to reduce the induced vibration in the tubes. D. to increase the tube side heat transfer coefficient by inducing turbulence. The correct answer is to increase the tube side heat transfer coefficient by inducing turbulence. A high vapour velocity is required for high plate efficiency in a seive plate coloumn. The satisfactory value of operating vapour velocity for design purpose in seive plate column is about % of the flooding velocity. A 45, B 60, C 80, D 95. The correct answer is 80. The approximate liquid depth in an agitation tank is equal to weir D tank diameter. A 0.5 D, B 0.75 D, C D, D 2 D. The correct answer is D. Baffle width is normally taken as times the tank diameter. A 0.1 0.12, B 0.4 0.5, C 0.45 0.6, D 0.2 0.45. The correct answer is 0.1 0.12. A cylindrical pressure vessel of volume 6 m3 has to be designed to withstand a maximum internal pressure of 10 atm. The allowable design stress of the material is 125 Nmm2 and corrosion allowance is 2 mm. The thickness of the vessel for a length diameter ratio of 3 will be close to A 5 mm, B 6 mm, C 8 mm, D 10 mm. The correct answer is 10 mm. Which of the following packing materials provides for maximum mass transfer? A. Lessig rings, B. Ruskig rings, C. Cross partition rings, D. All give the same value. The correct answer is cross partition rings of water makes it a widely used coolant in heat exchangers. A. Low corrosiveness, B. Low dirt factor, C. High specific heat, D. Low viscosity. The correct answer is high specific heat. The equivalent diameter for fluid flow through a channel of constant non-circular cross-section of area A is given by where P perimeter of the channel in contact with the fluid. A for AP, B AP, C for PA, D A. The correct answer is for AP. Fouling factor must be included in the calculation of overall design heat transfer coefficient when the liquid A containing suspended solids flows at low velocity, B containing suspended solids flows at high velocity, C is highly viscous, D is of high specific gravity. The correct answer is containing suspended solids flows at low velocity. Look support is meant for supporting vessels. A. Large horizontal cylindrical, B. Tall but empty, C. Small, D. Thick walled tall. The correct answer is small. Overall mass transfer coefficient in case of absorption of in water is based on the gas film coefficient only as the mass transfer process is gas film phase controlling. A. CO2, B. SO2, C. NH3, D. None of these. The correct answer is NH3. Which tube arrangement in a heat exchanger would facilitate highest heat transfer rate? A. Triangular pitch, B. Square pitch, C. Diagonal square pitch, D. Heat transfer rate is independent of tube arrangement. The correct answer is triangular pitch. In case of 1.5 heat exchanger tubes, the inside flow area with decrease in BWG. A. Increases, B. Decreases, C. Remains same, D. None of these. The correct answer is decreases. Cylindrical pressure vessels in horizontal condition is generally supported on a support. A. Lock, B. Skirt, C. Saddle, D. guy wire. The correct answer is saddle. Pressure drop per tray in the atmospheric distillation column is about psi. A. 0.01 0.5, B. 0.07 0.12, C 0.51.0, D 13. The correct answer is 0.070.12. Welded joint efficiency in the design of chemical process equipment is taken as A 0.55, B 0.75, C 0.85, D 0.95. The correct answer is 0.85. The thickness of segmental baffles 25-35 cut truncated plates usually is generally the tube wall thickness. A equal to B twice, C 4 times, D half. The correct answer is twice. The safe height H to diameter D ratio IEHD for liquid petrofuel storage tank of capacity more than 45 kiloliters is less than A1, B2, C3, D 3.5. The correct answer is 1. For given number of passes pitch tube diameter, the maximum number of tubes that can be accommodated in a shell of tripled inside diameter will be times A about 9, B considerably more than 9, C considerably less than 9, D about 3. The correct answer is considerably more than 9. The ratio of linear stress to linear strain is termed as the A modulus of elasticity, B modulus of rigidity, C bulk modulus, D none of these. The correct answer is modulus of elasticity. Head is the most economical for cylindrical vessels designed for operating at high pressure 15 atm. A hemispherical, B dished, C ellipsoidal, D conical. The correct answer is ellipsoidal. Bubble cap plate column is A finite stage contactor, B used only for distillation not for absorption, C a differential stage contactor, D a continuous contactor. The correct answer is a finite stage contactor. In seive plate column holes are drilled or punched in sizes ranging from 2.5 to 12 mm, 5 mm being widely used. The hole pitch is normally times the hole diameter to give the required hole area. A 0.5 to 1.5, B 2.5 to 4.0, C 5 to 10, D 10 to 15. The correct answer is 2.5 to 4.0. Pick out the wrong statement. A riveting provides a permanent fastening method. B the joint made by overlapping of one plate over the other and then riveting the two plates together with two rows of rivets is called double riveted butt joint. C shank diameter of the rivets should be less than the size of the hole drilled in the plate for riveting. D the efficiency of a riveted joint is the ratio of the strength of the riveted joint to the strength of the solid plate. The correct answer is the joint made by overlapping of one plate over the other and then riveting the two plates together with two rows of rivets is called double riveted butt joint. The force due to wind load acting on a tall vessel depends upon its A shape, B outside diameter, C height, D all ABC. The correct answer is all ABC. Bubble cap diameter used for the distillation column having diameter ranging from 1.5 to 4.5 meters is about mm. A 10, B 50, C 100, D 150. The correct answer is 100.